This is Stu's News, bringing you the news behind the headlines with Stuart Pidlington.
In today's news behind the headlines, coming up, the Great British Town Off, where the naming of a new British town is taking the nation by storm. Watch the battle as we reveal the name later on in this show, folks. And we bring you the weather forecasting stone, where a rock forecasts the weather. There even may be one near you. Check it out. They are actually used and scattered across the world. Then, of course, we bring you the great reveal, the tense build-up to the Great British Town Off. What will be the new town's name? A national naming crisis grips the Great British nation. The government has announced plans to build a new model town, a beacon of progress, roundabouts, and modest disappointment. And they've turned to you, the public, to help name it. 2 council representatives have made this video to launch the campaign. What could possibly go wrong?
We, the Borough Council, want this new town to have a name, something, with local flavour, a sense of history, so we council members turned to the country's finest examples, and after spending $1 million on consultants, consultations, and a holiday, trip around the country, we gathered this inspiration board. First on the list, Grimsby, says it all really. Then Gravesend, ideal for the commuter who just wants it all to stop. And of course, Deadman's Hill, property prices to die for.
We want the name to be something the whole country can laugh at. Sorry, live in. Suggestions so far include Molesworth, Coffinswell, or even Upper Slaughter. Lovely in spring, grim by autumn. And now we are going out to the nation to find those perfect ingredients. We are uniquely calling it the Great British Town Off.
So drawing inspiration from those actual British town and village names among others, the official shortlist now includes New Grimchester upon Pity, Grindley Brookend, Lower Hope, to be twinned with No Hope, and the frontrunner, Blubber Slaughter, or possibly Blubber's Laughter. It depends where you put the apostrophe. We go now to Flotilla for the latest town off.
Blubber Slaughter, or as some locals misheard it, Blubber's Laughter, was meant to symbolize resilience, but nearby Giggleswick took offense. A spokesperson said,
"We refuse to share a postcode with a name that sounds like a seal, and naming the town is nothing to laugh at."
Then hell broke loose. Literally, the village of Hell, Norfolk, insisted Blubber Slaughter was too cheerful and proposed the far more soothing North Hell. In the town hall town off, town and village representatives gathered. Nasty and Ugley formed the Coalition of the Unappealing. Their press release simply read, "The Coalition of the Unappealing stands firm. We would rather remain proudly ugly than suffer in pity me, vanish in no place, be torn between upper and lower slaughter, and finally be buried alongside Black Dog." Meanwhile, Crackpot sent a pot of brewing tea. It exploded. Bogglehole hosted a surprise music festival. Bishop's Itchington kept scratching. Wigglesworth danced in protest. Or joy, no one's sure. Great Snoring briefly woke up to ask, "Wait, is it Tuesday?" Little Snoring said nothing, possibly asleep, possibly meditating. Then came the somber brigade. Barry, Wakefield, Deadman's Hill. They silently pointed to Skull Point, who simply nodded toward Deadwater, who just stood in the rain quoting Wuthering Heights.
So folks, pardon that my voice is a bit off, probably due to the town off. There you have it, a battle of town names, with towns quarreling, boroughs debating, and people discussing, and people voting all across the nation. Which name will the new town be? It's a very tense showdown. The votes will soon be in for the great reveal, with a big nationwide announcement real soon. What will it be? Over to you, Stu.
Next up, forget satellites, weather vanes, and science. We now show you the weather rock that tells the weather. We sent Socia L. Clymer to investigate, armed with a clipboard, a raincoat, and a healthy sense of skepticism.
Yes, Stu. Here is a rock, and there's a rock on a string. According to locals, it's the most reliable source of weather forecasting since the Stone Age, trusted since the dawn of rocks. Here with me is the stonekeeper, Cliff Boulder. Tell us the story behind it and how it works.
This here stone's more accurate than satellites, supercomputers, and science. It does not waffle, does not update itself. It simply states the weather forecast by simply existing. Like today it's sunny and there's a shadow. When wet, it's raining. With snow on top, it's snowing. When I can't see it, it's foggy. The weather forecast stone is never wrong.
It's probably the most reliable weather forecast money can't buy. How long have you been the stone's keeper?
I've spent 30 years refining this system. I started with gravel. Didn't work. Upgraded to a skipping stone, too agile. Then I found this one. Some say I've lost my marbles. That's ridiculous. Those are stored in a separate jar, and as you can see, I keep some with me by my pockets. But many locals treat the stone with holy reverence. One woman, Carol Baker, leaves an offering of carrot cake. Farmer Froggitt consults it before deciding whether to seed or sow his socks. Mr. Basalt blames and slated the stone for missing his dental appointment. He thought it was foggy, but actually he forgot his glasses.
Wow, wow, wow. What's that? That's an earthquake. I can feel that the stone forecasted that too. Or is it a local rave? Oh no, the wind is picking up. Yes, the stone is forecasting a tornado. Yelps. Let's get out of here.
Oh wow, yelps. Do not worry, folks. Sosha and Clive Boulder are just fine, maybe a bit stoned, but fine. And I think we will hear much more of Clive in coming news behind the headlines. I am coming live from the council chamber. Well, the drums are rolling. The time has come for the big reveal. The naming of the new town in the Great British Town Off. The front runners are, in no particular order, Lower Hope, Grindley Bookend, Grimchester, Upon Pity and Blubberslaughter, or is it in making it two wards? Blubbers, laughter. It all depends on an apostrophe. We now go to the town hall. Hold on to your shoes, yours hats, and whatever you can hold. This tense moment is captivating the whole world over.
I'm Eileen, the appointed council chair. Right. Next on the agenda, the finalist for the Great British Town Off. The highest name, and after lengthy consultation, millions spent, millions voted. The clear frontrunner is... Blubberslaughter.
Hi, I'm Clive. Sorry, Eileen, I'm a bit confused. Is that Blubber's laughter? As in a giggling whale?
No, Clive, one word. Blubberslaughter. Miserable. Grim. Definitely historic. Possibly Norse. Hello, I'm Dottie, the local events coordinator. Oh, I thought it was cheerful and I've made some banners and buntings. Welcome to Blubber's Laughter. Have a whale of a time.
You see, I told my wife we were moving there. She's packed binoculars, deck chairs and a knotted handkerchief. We thought it was coastal, somewhere between Scarborough and Filey Brig.
It's not coastal. It's a former industrial estate between Giggleswitch Hell and Pity Me. 2 roundabouts with a zebra crossing and a pelican crossing.
So, just to confirm, no apostrophe, no separate words and no seafront.
No, and no joy either. Shall I cancel the whale-shaped cupcakes? Keep them. We'll have them later and call it community outreach.
So folks, there you have it. It's Blubberslaughter, the Great British Town Off, new town name winner. We remember in the news behind the headlines, the British back in the day were given the chance to vote. The name Boaty McBoatface was a popular suggestion for a British polar research ship in a public naming poll, but the ship was ultimately named after a respected sir, and then there's always those cupcakes to look forward to. So, remember when you see a stone, it can predict fog, drizzle, and a pigeon incident. Some locals say it's more accurate than our weatherman, Derek Fengale. Derek is unimpressed. We'll keep you updated unless there's a stone somewhere that gets a TV deal first. This has been Stuart Pidlington with the news behind the headlines. Please comment and give us your news behind the headlines around you for future episodes. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in or around the next episode. We'll see you soon, folks, on the Stews News Network.